You can still be part of the Suns Game Day experience. For more information, visit us online or visit your nearest fitness group. The National Basketball Association and the Phoenix Suns are committed to a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting players. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to ejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations to these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff.
Visit the team's website for more information for availability.
At guard,
welcome everyone to Noche NBA. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Anthony Edwards.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Some big guys down front on the block, Towns and Gobert. Anthony Edwards out there with Goose, and it's DeRozan in at the 3-slot. And for the Suns, they've got Jones, Devin Booker out there with Dunn, and it's Branham in a 2-guard. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and confident backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
And it's the Suns to start out. Done against DeRozan. Pass to Branham. Suns moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Here's Booker. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. There's the 3. Cox, no good. Here's Branham. Edwards defending. Branham, the pass to Booker. Here the step back, and he hits the jumper for 2. Booker's got the game going here with the first basket for the Suns. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I caught up with Phoenix's head coach. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. There's got to be a team check. Ambitious game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Minnesota with the ball. Phoenix able to drain the 3. Cox, no good.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
Dunn looking over the floor. Pass to Booker. Here's Iguodala. DeRozan defending. Outside, Jones. Lets it go from the wing. It's hauled in by Edwards. The Timberwolves have gone 0-3 from the field to start the game. From downtown, Cox takes it off the glass.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Suns have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Branham. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
DeRozan passes to Cox. Back to Towns. Pass to Edwards. Fires the 3. And they recover it. Here's Cox. And here's Towns. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Goes back up. And that one's good. Cox. Cox has got his second bucket of the night.
And the all-around game of Towns can score it, rebound it, as well as pass the ball. So skilled at his position.
And here's Booker from the arc. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season, and most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
And that one drops.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
Poke loose. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. The Suns making a switch here. Primo's checked in. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Dillingham's checked in for Edwards.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Minnesota with the ball. They're on a 10-1 run. Cox, no good. Suns trail by 4. Driving in. Branham to pass to Jones. Nice pass. Run into the rack perfectly for the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Cox, no good. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Branham. A three-pointer is right on target. Branham's got 6.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early.
Inside, Cox, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That's good from Cox. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Gobert, and Oubre subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Butler with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 1. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see the frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
It seemed like any time they strung together a few baskets, they just went ice cold so quickly.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Goose, in their last matchup against Miami, got the job done. He finished with 52 points and did his job on defense with an impressive number of steals. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely down. Greg, he loved the match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes great plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
And that one's good, Cox.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Branham, good. 9 points in the game so far. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Oubre, left side. Out left to the wing. Here's Cox. To the elevate for the slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Jones checked in for Adams, and it's done in for Butler. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Minnesota. Goose comes in for Oubre. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards out there with Reed. Then it's Dillingham, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Cox in at the point guard position. Booker looking around. Rejected by Cox, and he's able to get it back. A nice shot by Booker. Here's Minnesota. Big stretch here going 10-2. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Cox. Coming off a solid outing against Miami. Clock is at 3. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side. If they want to come back, he needs to...
Oh, look out! Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Plenty of space, and he hits the jump shot. Cox has got 22 points.
And usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Well, Richard, we've had the Big Three era, then the Super Team era. But what era do you think we're in right now?
Well, you still need at least one superstar to win it all. The teams are focusing more on surrounding their stars with high-quality role players instead of going all in on super teams.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And Mike Budenholzer is calling a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Well, Anthony Towns checked in for Minnesota. DeRozan comes in for Edwards. Jones finds Dunn.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:58 left to play in the first half. Here's Branham. And again, it's the Suns missing.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Timberwolves shot 6 of 7 at the line. No good on the free throw. And he sinks the second. Well, a lot of former NBA players have a hard time, RJ, giving credit to current NBA stars. Why do you think that is?
I think so quickly we don't hold next generation to the same standard as prior generations. I don't get into all of that stuff about who is better and who is greater. I just focus on the growth of the game.
Here's Cox into the lane. Banked in off the glass. Cox has got 30.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Pass to Primo. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
That was just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Here's Cox. 30 points in the game. 44 seconds left here in the second. The finish. Oh, with authority.
That is a monster finish.
Oh, and powered down the jam.
Over the years, DeRozan has become an exceptional passer. So defensively, you can't afford to just overplay him.
Launches it. And there's 3 points. The long-range shot is on target from Cox.
he just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition three. But if he missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Here's Branham. He had 27 points last game. The shot by Primo, no good.
Credit to him for trying to get that three right back. Missed the shot, but that's a player's mentality.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, Coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want, but guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
And so it's Minnesota in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Since we got a little time on our hands here, you guys got any big plans for tonight?
Not me. I'm just going to take it easy.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
And that'll do it for half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We've seen a tremendous game from Goose.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Not only does he have solid defensive instincts, he just plays extremely hard. And I know people might not realize this, but that is a skill, and it is very difficult for the opposition. It is a recipe for disaster.
We've got Devin Booker. Jones is out there with Dunn. And it's Branham in at the two-guard spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Booker the pass to Jones. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
All the officials are all over that one.
For Phoenix, they've gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Second free throw, no good. Minnesota's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. It's good.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Good, he hits again.
Oh, another extraordinary effort from him. But we've come to expect this now.
Yeah, he's now tied for the 5th most 40-point games over a single season, setting expectations extremely high. Here's Iguodala.
Okay, when you let someone with this height get this close, it's going to be nearly impossible to stop, especially when he has that big of an advantage in this category.
Towns wide open. Out to Edwards. Here's Cox. Count it. Cox has got 42 in the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Tries the spin move. Booker the pass to Jones. Back to Booker. It's stolen by Gobert. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And stolen by Booker. And here we go. Booker heading to the hoop. And the three ball is good. Booker's got 7 points in the game.
And we've spoken about Booker's two-way abilities. There we saw it all in one sequence.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Devin Booker is a 3-level scoring threat. He said, I'm just reading coverages and taking what the defense gives me. That's a mid-range jumper, which analytically people say isn't the highest percentage shot. But for myself, it's a good one. I've shot it pretty much my whole life. Kevin?
And David, doesn't it show? Wow, he is something else. Hey, thank you.
Instantaneous offense. Booker gets the hot pass and quickly has that shot in the air.
Here's Cox, defended by Booker. Cox, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Branham, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Richard, you've talked a lot about how underrated longevity has been as a factor in measuring some of the all-time great players.
Well, when you think about Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, the only way to achieve greatness in the statistical category is to have longevity.
Finishing with scores. Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nasty. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Cox, funded by Jones. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Simmons checked in for Gobert. Reed comes in for Towns. And Kelly Oubre subbed in for Edwards. Dunn with a screen on Oubre. Here's Primo, covered by Oubre. Primo with the bucket.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Buries it down low.
This is what you like to see from Simmons on the attack, being the aggressor.
Nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
Now, Booker. 9 points in the game so far. Offensive rebound.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Knocked loose, and another steal for him.
He's been a defensive terror all night long.
I've never seen anything like it, and he's actually tied the record for the most steals in a game.
And now he sits alongside Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. 11 steals remaining the all-time benchmark for defensive thievery.
By himself. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Big-time flush from Simmons. You see how powerful he can be.
Booker outside. Pass to Primo. There's a good screen. Buries it from three-point range. Primo's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. That's in the trade.
Shoots the lights out. Booker has limitless range.
Dillingham with it. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Oh, trying for it. And so it's Minnesota with a 34-point advantage heading in. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game. For Phoenix. Minnesota also with the sub. Goose, he's checked in for Grant Williams. So on the floor for Minnesota. Goose out there with Dillingham. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Reed in at the 5. And the league limiting players from making public trade demands. Which I guess makes sense. That's a big change from the past, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it saves franchises from being put in a tough spot. Keeps a player's trade value high, which helps the team they're leaving.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Booker outside. Going inside. Simmons with the defensive effort.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop them getting in the lane like that.
That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Cox. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
And Booker just dominates in such an effortless fashion. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Cox. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. But he swipes the ball away again.
He's stolen his way into the record.
A new single-game high, GA for steals.
And he has snapped the long-standing mark held by Kendall Gill and Larry Keenan. Unbelievable to see that record broken.
And the Suns call time here. Minnesota making a switch. Williams is checked in. Now here's Booker. Pass to Primo. You know, Richard, so many stars have done it. Any thoughts on a player asking for a trade with multiple years remaining on their contract?
If you're unhappy in any marriage, you should always get out. That is my opinion. Teams do it all the time. They'll sign a player to 5 years and then trade him in 2. So if a player is unhappy after 3 years of a 5-year contract, it's okay for him to request a trade, but continue to show up to work. That is my only request from the players.
He hits both from the strike.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Here's Cox. And, yep, another basket.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Out to the right wing. Here's Primo. Can't cash in from close range. Minnesota's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
Now here's Booker, guarded by Cox. Launches it from deep. They get it back. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
And that's his MOB, physical, get in position for the putback and throw it down. The defense got to know that's what he's looking to do.
Another steal. To the paint, here's Simmons. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Simmons got 12 points in just the second.
Playing bully ball inside. Simmons very effective around the rim.
Nabbing another steal.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Down low, here's Iguodala.
How about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Oubre passes to Cox. Oubre outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Cox. Puts the move on. And it's Primo with the rebound. Phoenix has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Cox, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. The Suns making a change here. Dunn's checked in. And then for Minnesota, Reed comes in for Simmons, and it's Edwards in for Oubre. Picked by Reed. Here's Cox. Pass to Reed. Edwards, the bounce pass. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams a screen. Here's Cox. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
That is not a bad decision to pull from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And the strong effort here will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really goose. And the all-star, Devin Booker, an incredible scoring guard.
Since the moment he got drafted by the Phoenix Suns, he has been a beacon of consistency. Every single year he gets better. Every single year he adds something to his game. That's why Devin Booker is one of the best guards in this league.
Booker dishes to Jones. Pass to Branham. Kicks it out to Booker. Fires from deep. Branham can't get it to go. Here's Minnesota. Cox the pass to Reed, and Reed throws it down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Pass to Booker. So it's Minnesota winning this one east. This one.
She's so cute. She's so grown up now. Oh, ready?
We wish you a speedy trip home, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
You know, whatever the team needs.
So, what's next? I mean, what do you do?
I mean, records are records for a reason, right?